Hi guys, thanks for dropping by. We are continuing our series on the 2022 Chinese Zodiac, and in this video, the snake. Okay, from the way the stars are lining up for the snake, 2022 is set to be a year of great expectations. It's gonna be an interesting year to say the least. You have your fair share of negative stars, don't we all? But at the same time, you also have a trio of heavyweight nobleman stars. In other words, you don't need to fight your battles alone in 2022. So now, I'm going to split this video into three parts. First, a quick recap of 2021, followed by the stars for 2022, which is the main focus anyway, as well as proposed strategies depending on where the snake falls in your Bazi chart. Okay, now, so apart from a bunch of petty negative stars, right, the snake actually, this is 2021, yeah guys, the snake had some pretty solid positive stars. The three stages, you had the golden carriage, you had the national treasure. Basically these, for a career professional, these three represented the opportunity to increase your income via promotions. Now for business owners, these three represents an increase in reputation and market opportunities. Now, pretty good, right? But, well, life is not always on an upwards trajectory as much as we would wish for it to be. So, in every life, a little rain must fall, right? So, let's take a look at what's in store for the snake in 2022. Okay, the list is pretty long, so bear with me. So now, having enjoyed an uptick of opportunities in 2021, along comes the moon, right? This can be translated as a star of entrepreneurial ideas. Now, I think it's a natural progression. Opportunities literally came your way in 2021. And as you took advantage of those opportunities, your outlook may change, your mindset may shift. Suddenly, you'll find yourself awash with ideas that you're absolutely itching to try out, which is great. But try not to rush things too much because there are some warnings to be found in the negative stars. Now, number one is the piercing rope. Okay? This is a star of external pressure. It could be political pressure, economic pressure, or even societal pressure. It creates FOMO, you know, FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. Right? So if you find yourself feeling like you're constantly in a hurry, perpetually trying to play catch up, this leads us to the next one, the death god. Now, it sounds really scary, right? Death god. Oh my goodness, what the hell is this? No, what it means is, it means extreme workload, right? But isn't it a given? You accepted the promotion in 2021. Naturally, your workload will increase. Or, as a business owner, if you took on the new opportunities and therefore again your workload increases. So therefore this star, the death god, is a warning of time and energy management. Okay, so now while you focus your energies in pursuit of new opportunities, I just want to highlight to you the hook spirit, which represents potential problems from the past that needs to be resolved. So basically, issues that have been swept under the rug are resurfacing. All right, the hook spirit is telling you this. Now, before you rush helter-skelter towards new opportunities, you must first make sure that your own house is in order. So, now I would pay attention as well to the Great Assembly. When you have this, right, it refers to your own internal workflow, processes, and accounting practices. The Great Assembly is trying to tell you that there are loopholes that need to be plugged. It represents stolen wealth or lost wealth caused by your employees. Now, it may not be actual physical theft. They may not steal from you. Please, let's not start to assume that, right? There may be loopholes in your existing system that has allowed things to slip through the cracks. Now, for example, let's say you're a beautician. In the past, you may have allowed your employees to have their own side gig, but now you'll find that perhaps they are funneling your regular clients into their side gigs, which is not a good thing because that means the income has been lost because you may have lost that client. Or someone on your payroll is not pulling their weight. So the salary becomes a loss because that person is not doing what you paid him or her to do. So when we see the Great Assembly, this one, all right, especially if you're a business owner, it's time to look into processes and plug the loopholes. So if you find yourself feeling the effects like, the piercing rope, the death god, hook spirit, now it's time to activate the sky gracious, which is right here. Am I pointing? Yep, which is right here. Right? This is a peach blossom and intelligent star. It is also a nobleman star. So how do you use this? Find someone to talk to. You could bounce your ideas off this person or even talk your issues through with them. Now, when we share all that stuff tumbling in our heads, it does help to ease the pressure and it does help us to filter, right? So now, next nobleman, there's a lot of noblemen you have, right? So number 7 is the heavenly Yi. This is also a powerful nobleman star. Traditionally, this is usually interpreted as a female noble person in your life. Now, the presence of both the sky gracious and the heavenly Yi is trying to tell you that what you're going through is not unique. Someone has experienced it before. Seek help, okay? Now, the effects of the piercing rope, the hook spirit right here, and the Great Assembly could trigger the 6th harm. This is a star of betrayal. In other words, you feel, it's psychological, you feel like you have been betrayed. It may not be actual betrayal. It could be something as simple as unmet expectations. And then to amplify that, now in technical terms, we have the triple punishment. In technical terms, the triple punishment for the snake would be the ungrateful punishment. At its most basic level, it signifies that you feel that your hard work is going unappreciated. It does not mean others don't appreciate. It means you feel that they don't appreciate you. So in a way, when these 2 stars comes about, it's a message to change the way you present yourself or your work. Self-marketing and self-promotion is called for in 2022. Okay, now we have, sorry guys, just go back one slide. Yeah. Yes. Okay, and all right, so now to counter all this, okay, the list is pretty long, I know. Okay, we can counter, especially the 6th harm and the triple punishment, we can counter them with the Tai Chi nobleman. This is a much sought after nobleman star because it is a powerful spiritual nobleman. It gives you the ability to let go. When you release your expectations, there can be no betrayal, there can be no punishment. However, because the Tai Chi nobleman is spiritual in nature, activating this star will require you to open yourself to spiritual pursuits. Now, at the very core, it's asking you to get centered. Which form the spiritual pursuits take is up to you. It could be a meditation or yoga, or if you're religious, it could be in prayers or spiritual retreats to recharge your batteries, basically. Whatever floats your boat, but that is how we activate a Tai Chi nobleman. So, but to recap, can you see what I'm trying to show you here, literally, by putting the writing on the wall? Whatever problems there are in the year, you are surrounded by helpful people, by noblemen, okay? So, now, admittedly, the Shen Sha for the snake in 2022 seems rather complex. Now, we're gonna do a quick summary, okay? The stars are trying to tell you that help or noble people are at hand to help you with the following. Number 1, problems caused by being overly aggressive. This is the piercing rope, okay? Past issues that must be resolved. This is the hook spirit, okay? And loopholes causing wastage in your system. This is the Great Assembly. And feelings of unmet expectations, which is the 6th harm and the triple punishment. Yet at the same time, please don't forget, you have all these at the bottom, these heavy weights, rooting for you. How to use? First, as always, Identify your objective. What do you need help with? Next, figure out who can teach you the easiest way to overcome these problems. Note, I said teach you, not do it for you, okay? And most importantly, when you meet these noblemen, you offer your help first, right? No takers here. Okay, now, having mentioned that help is near at hand, let's take a quick look at the animal signs that could be of assistance to you in 2022. Now, putting aside your personal nobleman, you can also access any one of the following three. Number one is, over here. Yes, number one, the monkey has actual problem-solving stars in 2022. This could come in the form of actual physical help. I'm sorry, monkey, I'm sending a lot of people your way. When we get to the monkeys video, you'll know why. Okay, and if you just need someone to talk to, well, the rooster has a number of powerful nobleman stars in their sector as well. Now, the bossy chicken here could be a mentor for you in 2022. If it's visibility you need, then, well, the ox is your go-to, right? So, shall we move on? Yeah. The snake could potentially fall in your year, month, day, or hour. You can plot your own party chart with the link that I've given in the description, all right? Now, the year pillar governs your interaction with the world, your industry, your social networks, your friends, your personal branding. So if the snake falls in your year, which means you are born in 1965, 1977, 1989, 2001, and 2013, all right, you may find many of your contacts burdened by pressure and unmet expectations. You could be the nobleman to them. Help them get centered. Listen to their problems. Lend them a listening ear. Help them find solutions. Now, I would also pay attention here, if the snake falls here, to your past social media posts. You may want to go through your previous postings and maybe scrub a couple that are not PC enough, not politically correct enough, okay? So next, the month pillar. Now, this one governs your career and work, your bosses, your colleagues, your partners. Now, if the snake falls in the month, which means that you were born between May 6th to June 5th, right? I would suggest maybe change how you present yourself, how you present your work or your product to your superiors or clients. Now, similar to the year pillar, I would also take a quick look at the past social media posts to ensure that nothing controversial could resurface to bite you in the rear end, okay? Now, moving on to the day pillar. The day pillar governs yourself and your spouse. Now, if the snake falls in your day, you may feel a lot of societal pressure in your marriage. Now, I don't know where you're watching this video from, right? But here in Asia, the pressure can be overwhelming. If you're single, you feel the pressure to get married. Once you get married, you feel the pressure to have a kid. Once you have a kid, you are pressured to have more. The list never ends, right? The Tai Chi nobleman is probably the best star to use here. We make like Elsa in Frozen and literally, well, let it go. Now, remember what I said earlier? To use the Tai Chi nobleman is to engage in spiritual activities, to reconnect with yourself, right? Doesn't have to be woo-woo. You don't need to drink kava. So anything which centers and resonates with you will do. Okay, and now, for the hour pillar. This pillar governs your thoughts, ideas, ideals, and investments. If the snake falls in your hour, well, where am I going? Yeah, this way, right? Take a look at your expectations towards your children, your staff, and your investments. Are you expecting too much? Are those expectations even realistic? Again, with the Tai Chi nobleman, take the opportunity to expose yourself to spiritual pursuits. The objective, well, again, to get centered. Now, our pillar also represents your staff. So in that case, you should probably pay heed to the Great Assembly and spend some effort looking into potential loopholes. Now remember, Great Assembly means losses incurred by your staff. So, with the snake in your chart, this is a year to learn how to manage expectations. You will need to be proactive in resolving problems and tackling obstacles. Being reactive may trigger a whole new can of worms, right? So now remember, these stars only make up what, 12 to 15% of your year. It's like literally the first layer of a reading. So to formulate actual strategies, well, you could use these stars, or how about we co-create a strategy together. So if you like the sound of that, hit me up. My contacts are in the descriptions. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.